to another episode of Cutting It Up at Palm Beach Finest Barbershop. I'm Mr. E, your host, and this is my co-host.
Succulent Michelle.
And today's guest,
Arnaldo Cardona with a Cardona bail bonds.
Bell Bonds.
Yep.
What's up? How you
There
doing?
you go.
Welcome to the show.
Good, all right.
So,
Happy
Cardona,
to be here.
where were you born?
Here
Where we
West,
start? Where we start? Where?
West Palm Beach, Florida.
All
What
right, West
hospital?
Palm.
St. Mary's.
Another fucking St.
Ooh,
Mary's.
St. Mary's.
A lot of fucking St. Mary's.
That's where they all go.
That's what I'm saying. Hey,
Yeah.
so Cardona, how'd you get started into the Bell Bonds? Then?
It was my mom. My mother was working with a guy that was here local. I had just graduated high school. I didn't really have any plans on going to college. And the guy came to our house and pretty much, hey, what do you got going on? And I said, nothing. Well, let me send you to Bell Bond School, and we take it from there. Been doing it ever since.
How old are you now?
I'm 31.
Oh, you're young.
Yeah.
So what was bail bond school? I didn't even know there was a such thing.
There's a 120-hour one that's it used to be out of Miami, but now they do it online. And then there's another one through University of Florida as well that you got to complete.
Okay.
Once you complete those two courses, then you have to do a 12-month internship for another company, at which you would get your resident license.
So what kind of stuff do they teach you?
Pretty much everything about the law, the aspect of the bail bonds. What can
When
you
it's
do?
legal to put your hands on somebody?
Correct. Collateral stuff, how much money you're supposed to charge on the bond. What can you take as collateral and all that good stuff.
Can you charge?
I watched Winter's Bone. You could take the house. They
On
could
state,
get the house.
on state stuff. Go ahead.
The movie Winter's Bone. You seen that?
No.
Where they have to I'm not gonna look it up. I don't want to ruin it.
Nah.
But the bail bondsman's gonna take the house, and she has to find her dead dad.
Oh wow! Really?
It's intense. Winter's Bone.
There is cases where
It's a
Bone.
sick movie, but yeah, she's like trying to save her house.
You can take the house.
Anyway, sorry, that's Michelle,
You
right?
could take the house if it comes down to that.
Can you?
Yeah, if they put up their house as collateral, you absolutely can take the house.
Now, how much does the bond have to be to put up a house?
It depends. That's on that's up to the bail bondsman. It could be $100,000. It could be $200,000. If the indemnitor, which is the co-signer on the bond, is willing to put up their house for collateral, and the defendant fails to appear in court, then you have all rights to take the house.
How long you gotta wait after you can't find the offender?
You have 60 days to find them. If you can't find them within 60 days, then you have to pay the full amount of the bond.
So that's what you do too?
Correct.
So you're a bounty hunter?
No, not necessarily. I just do all the office stuff, but
You're the boss.
and
You're the boss.
that's pretty
Okay.
much. And the state of Florida, they don't use the term bounty hunter anymore. Now it's fugitive recovery or bail recovery. Yeah.
I'm
so-
interested in that work.
Yeah, that's
Hey, so
Strong.
if Michelle wants to be a fugitive recovery.
She has to be a licensed bail bondsman. You would
Okay.
have to be a licensed.
Okay.
You would have to do the
You have to do the
internship, the
Okay.
classes, all that good stuff.
You
like
can do
that.
the internship with him.
Yeah, you can do
There
it.
you
That's
go.
you know.
Michelle, succulent Michelle.
I'm real good at research.
Couldn't
I'm
get short of that.
real good at
Michelle running.
research. I'm real good at research. I'll find your ass. When I find them,
Definitely.
he knows.
Well, you're
like,
Michelle. You're succulent Michelle.
The skip tracing is more a
Oh, I
lot of
see
that.
the movie already, bro.
right?
Oh my god. You gotta wear sports bro though. 'Cause-
I think they have some shows like that. They used
They
to
do.
at least.
But
yeah.
look, she looks great for it.
I mean,
She's like,
Dog the
kick ass,
Bounty
too.
Hunter, he made it
Yeah,
famous, right? He
yeah,
made
Dog
it
the
famous
Bounty
with all
Hunter.
that gold. And,
There was one in Miami that were nothing but females, I believe. It was on a
Oh, really?
female show about. I don't
Okay.
remember the name of the show, but it was
Okay.
out of Miami.
I mean, it's always lit. It sounds fun.
Yeah.
Until somebody knocks your
If I
teeth
didn't
out.
have
That's what I'm afraid of. I don't want to do anything violent. I like my teeth.
Well, you can wear a mouth guard. Just
A
zap
mouth
them.
guard.
What are you allowed to do as a fugitive?
Oh well, of course, obviously you don't want to hurt the defendant. You know what I'm saying?
But if
That's
you
like-
have to hurt him,
I
Accidentally.
wouldn't recommend because then it could be a lawsuit on your end.
Yeah.
They can turn around and sue you for if
Sue
something
you
happens
for
to
knocking
them.
their teeth
you're
out.
like a security guard.
Yeah, I would just rather if they come willingly. Sometimes law enforcement, we'll call them. We have to call them really to let them know. Hey, listen, I'm at so and so's address. This person has an active warrant. I have knowledge that he is in this house, so I'm gonna serve the warrant just in case anybody else calls. Hey, look, somebody's breaking into the house. So they know about it. Sometimes they'll come. Sometimes
you can
they
kick
won't.
in the door.
Absolutely. If
That's
we
badass.
have knowledge that we have to have knowledge that they are in the house. We can't just go up to any address, any
Okay, so
random
let's say you
address,
kick in the door, right?
and they're not there,
No, and they're there.
and they're going
And
to jail.
they're fucking resisting. What do you do?
It's harder than
Then
it looks to
well,
kick
you
in
got
the door.
tasers,
Oh, okay,
you got
yeah, that's
Oh, I was
firearms
gonna
and
ask.
stuff
That was
like
my next
that.
question. Are you allowed to do a taser?
Of course,
You
if they're
keep a gun on
resisting,
you?
if there is a I personally don't.
Conceal
But
to carry,
yeah,
but
yeah,
the
there
conceal
is
to carry.
the people that do the future recovery. They do have,
Right, yeah, you want to
to
be safe and protect
Of
yourself,
course,
right?
of course, because you always got to go home at the end of the day. You know,
yeah.
everybody has a family to go to, so you don't want nothing bad to happen to them. But neither the client either. You don't want to kick their teeth in. You don't want to hurt them. You don't want to do nothing like that either.
Oops.
All right, so what is
Oops is expensive.
what's the craziest place that you've like recovered somebody?
Me personally, it would have to been. It was when I was. It would have to be my first year when I got my license. Second year I had my license.
So you did have to do bounty hunting.
Yeah, in the beginning. In the beginning, I went with somebody
Recovery.
else. I had went with somebody else, and we helped them. And it was in an apartment complex, and I remember we had to stay there all night. We seen the guy through the window. We knew he was there, but the security, the people that that have all the keys and stuff for the apartment complex, they were already gone. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, so we had to wait till like 5:30 in the morning for this guy to come and open the door. And the manager was there. He didn't want to open the door for us. We said, listen, we see the guys in there. We have the information that we have this address on file, so we have legal right to go in here to recover this person. They called the sergeant out. Sergeant said he looked at the paperwork, looked at the warrant, and said, hey, well, we got to open the door for the bail bondsman. Open the door. The guy was right there just standing. I said, bro, we were outside all night knocking on the door. What happened? Hey, I wasn't going to open the door willingly.
And there was no other way out.
There was no other way out. We were on the third floor.
So he already knew.
Yeah.
He seen you guys.
Yeah.
You were like,
yeah. They knew what was happening.
damn, that's
Okay,
intimidating.
that's crazy.
Wow, that's fucked
Yeah.
up.
You just can't give up.
I would have just tried to run it.
I mean, is it like the
They would've-
movies and there's like,
Not that
what
much.
is it, Red Bull cans on the dash and
Oh, as far
like trying to stay up and
No,
you got your binoculars.
no.
It's not all that high.
a lot of it would be more PI work. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you got to do your research and find out what addresses this person have stayed at. Make a couple calls, see where they're gonna, where then you go from there. Versus just running out and going into the person's last known address and knocking on the door.
Right,
And
because
then
that'll scare them.
Of course, and then if they're not there, that's you got to pay for the door. You got to pay for whatever you broke.
Oh shit, yeah.
If another family's there, they could be like, well, bro, what gives you the right to come into my home?
And they may have a weapon.
So that's exactly. You can get hurt like that.
Yeah.
What's the biggest bond you ever put up?
Probably like not much, like 150,000, I think. Actually, anything bigger than that, you want to even 150,000, you want to ask for some type of collateral. But nowadays, a lot of people that they don't own their houses outright. A lot of the vehicles are leased, or they're still. If the bank owns the vehicle, there's no way they can put that vehicle up for collateral. So that's. You got to be careful with that, and then if you do take it, you got to go to the house. The courthouse to file deeds and all that stuff.
So it's a whole fucking process.
It's a pain in the ass. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's worth it at the end of the day. If something does happen where you do have to pay that $150,000 or $250,000 bond, you have some kind of asset to liquidate. Then.
So there's no really. It takes long to make money in the industry.
It's high risk. Put it that way. It really depends on who you're bonding out. At the end of the day, there's a saying that would you rather bond somebody out that lives in Illinois and Chicago? They've been living there for 20 years. They're not going to go anywhere. But Chicago is a no. They don't do any. Illinois don't do any bail for profit over there. So if the person runs over there, technically we can't go. There's nothing we can do to go get them. Exactly. But we know that guy's been living at the address. Most likely he'll come back to court over here in Florida. Versus bonding somebody out that's been in Palm Beach for their whole life, but they've had 30 different addresses. You know what I'm saying? Those people are
So
difficult.
you check how many addresses.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
gotta
go
do a
through
background
your
check. Yeah, you have to, man. So
You
that's
got access to all that.
yeah.
Because they're hiding, they're hiding at Mama
You gotta
Sita's
run
house.
that. Yeah, and
Next
those are
door, the
people
old
that are
neighbor,
difficult.
or
Man, it's,
right?
Then you get a lot of people that are, if they're on drugs or something like that, then most of the time, if they do have to, turn themselves in at a plea conference there and they got to do time, they won't, 9 out of 10 times or not.
No,
they got to
gotta
go to prison.
They're paying.
Yes. So they want to stay out.
So what happens if you can't find somebody that you bonded out?
Then that's an issue. That's where it comes where you would have to pay the bond. We would have to repay whatever the full amount of the bond is. So, for example, if it's a $10,000 bond, they pay a 10% fee on state charges, 10%, federal's 15%. So they pay $1,000 to the bail bondsman. The bail bondsman puts a appearance bond and a power of attorney for $10,000 up at the jail. This person gets out. If this person does not show up to court, they'll put a forfeiture out send it to the bail bondsman. We have 60 days to either pay it or find this individual, see where they're at. excuse me, if we can't fire them within 60 days, we have to pay it. Yeah.
Wow. So you have to put up the other money.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
So you have to have insurance for this.
Oh yeah. There is professional bail bondsmen, but not any around here that I know. You know what I'm saying? Most of it's gonna be through a surety company.
Huh.
Most of us work through an insurance company, and they're the ones that back us up. So,
Oh, okay. So
your work is insured.
yes, correct, absolutely.
That's not. You
Absolutely.
still want to get
That's
back?
cool.
I
I don't know. Yeah. I want to do everything all at once. This week I'm going to be a pool star. Next week I might be a bail bondsman.
There you
Hey,
go.
sky's the limit.
Sky's the limits. That's what I'm saying.
Do you own anything else other than?
Yes, I own a convenience store, restaurant, Latino. It's called Latino Food Mart. It's 4003 Broadway Avenue down in West Palm. I've had that for probably, say, maybe going on 2 years now. A little bit over 2 years.
And you serve food there too.
Yeah, it's a full kitchen.
Where is this? Tell me.
Restaurant.
You said the address, but where? Like what? Give me some landmarks.
It's gonna be if you're coming from 45th. Off of 95, take 45th Street west towards Broadway. When you get to Broadway, you're gonna head south. You'll make a right, and it's gonna be a few streets. Yeah.
Oh, by the port.
Close to the port.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
All right.
Close to the port. I live
kind of downtown.
They cleaned up the area a lot. The area
Yeah,
used to be
it's
bad,
nice.
15 years
it's
ago. It
nice.
used to be bad. It's not as bad as it was back then.
Sometimes
but
it makes me sad.
yeah, no, of course.
It makes me sad the fact that the folks that lived there for so long, the gentrification has pushed them to, west. I know it is the way of the world, and change is inevitable.
Of course.
It just does make me sad sometimes. I go through neighborhoods and I don't see the same folks sitting on front porches.
No.
You right?
Did a lot of work in that area.
I did a lot of
with the
work in
homeless
the area.
coalition.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, well,
That's how we met.
This is the lady that put me into meeting all these.
He used to cut hair for
Okay.
my homeless folks.
Oh, really?
That's how we met.
Wow.
And then I met her through the ex-mayor of Lakewood.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, ended up bumping into the fucking
Okay.
this one.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Wow,
and here we are.
You
So
just
Cardona,
later.
did you give the address of the bail bond office?
A Cardona Bail Bonds is 3923 Lake Worth Road, Suite 205, Lake Worth, Florida 33467. Yeah, my phone number is 561-641-0230.
And we're going to put it here.
One more time for the restaurant out.
The restaurant is Latino Food Mart, 4003 Broadway Avenue, West Palm Beach, Florida 33417. I believe, yeah, 334.
There you go, guys.
33470.
That's awesome. So we try to share. We try to share a place to visit in Palm Beach County.
Okay.
We've done a bunch of different places.
Okay.
So what's a place that you must visit in Palm Beach County?
That me personally?
That you think that everybody in Palm Beach County should know about that maybe they don't know about. An activity spot.
For me, my activities is a family activity. What kind of activities we're talking about?
I don't know. I guess if you got a favorite fucking strip club, you can share
that's
it.
pretty much it.
You know?
those are my
Oh my
activities.
God, that's hilarious.
I like cheetahs.
You just like the food.
Yeah, like
I love the food.
To be honest with you, you know where I want to go? I've never been to Rachel's.
Oh,
really?
I've never been to Rachel's. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta go. Yeah, they got
never been to
good
Rachel's.
steak.
Hey, we gotta go to Rachel's. Fuck that.
Yeah, well, I heard the dress code's real strict there.
No, fuck that.
So that's
Food
what
is
I'm
delicious.
I mean, what do you mean it's real strict? You gotta
I
just...
suppose strip clubs I can go
You
with
can't go with
shorts, a shirt, or whatever. But
Right,
over there,
yeah.
it's gotta have.
Rachel's is not gonna allow gray sweatpants, guys.
The
Not
steak there, bottom line.
Yeah, I've been there.
I've heard that before. A lot of lawyers and a lot of bail bondsmen go there.
So
So that's your activity spot. I love it. I don't know where we get these people.
Me personally, I would just enjoy going to parks and stuff like that. Fun Depot. We're going to
Oh, okay, Fun Depot. I don't know if we've given a shout out to Fun Depot. Fun Depot, that's a great place to go.
Right here up in 10th before 95.
Yes,
Right.
yes, right before 95 10th Avenue. Yeah.
Now, I have to ask you, do they have more like Dave and Buster's games, or is it all like fighting and racing stuff?
I want to be honest with you. I want to say they upgraded a lot of their games. It used to be just like a lot of pinball stuff, and which they still have that there. That's in the back. But they have go-karts, they have laser tag,
Okay,
they have
that's
all that
fun.
good stuff there. I personally don't do none of that. I just play Pac-Man. That's it, all day long.
That's it?
I did the laser tag recently, but you know the laser tag is more like
it's
a
more like
maze.
Pac-Man.
Like it wasn't
I
really.
used to have one over there.
Yeah.
They broke it.
Yeah.
It was a Becco.
Yeah. So that's pretty
Oh,
much.
but-
I like the older game. That Tetris, you know.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Damn, I feel so old. Damn. That's a throwback.
The laser mazes are fun. The last time I did it, I came out of that thing with like.
Oh man, you lose like
I had,
55 pounds. bro.
I was like GI Joe on the
No.
ground,
You
like
see, you're already
going
ready
across.
for being a bounty hunter. I mean,
I'm
fidget or whatever.
soaking sweat when I
Yeah,
come
yeah,
out.
yeah. It was like intense.
It's kind
It
of
was
hot. It
intense.
gets kind of hot in there too.
Well, I
when you're
sat
running
down
around.
and I was just chilling in there. And I come popping out. I was like,
you were camping.
I
huh?
tapped on the guy's shoulder. I was like, hey, when you guys close? And he was like, whoa, I thought we were alone. We closed 20 minutes ago. I was chilling in the
See,
laser
you're
room.
she's perfect, bro. Cardona, well, thank you again for coming through. It was a fucking pleasure.
Anytime, bro.
Thank you for teaching us about fugitive, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, listen, if you ever get a fucking
Belmonts.
arrested,
Don't,
no, well, yeah, but the fugitive
don't
people
get
do
arrested,
eventually.
but
No
if
bounty
you do.
hunter.
Try not to get arrested. Yeah. Try
Try
not to.
not to, but then you won't make no money.
If you're not well, man, you know, we still got the Latino food mark, so we're good.
There you go. You got a good heart. That's what it is. You got a good heart. But thank you again for coming.
Yeah,
It was a
absolutely.
pleasure. You taught us a lot. If you get arrested or you need a Bell's bondsman, hit up Cardona. We appreciate you checking us out. Stay tuned for next week because you never know who's in the chair.
Cuttin at Palm Beach Finest Barbershop. Bang bang.